2004 Volkswagen Touareg with a V8 gas motor. I'm going to change the oil. 3 tools you're going to need: a 10mm socket, a 10mm Allen, 36mm half-inch drive socket, or however you want to do it, but you're going to need it on a longer ratchet. This is the oil drain plug. This is actually a brand new one. When I tried to take my drain plug out, it was obvious somebody rounded it out, had vice grip marks all around it. So I had to weld a nut to this thing here and then take it out. So I had to order a new drain plug. There's the Napa filter number, 7653. It's just a cartridge. Now I've already changed the oil. Actually, I've already drained it and put the new filter in, but I'm going to take the filter back out so I can show you how to do it. I've already knocked it loose with this. I've already taken the skid shield out. I've already taken the drain the oil out of it. So we'll go down underneath and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, I've already taken the skid shield out. It's about a half a dozen 10mm bolts that come all the way up to here. There's your 36mm oil filter socket. This is the front of the car, more on the passenger side than the driver's side, okay? Passenger side, big gigantic nut. Now I'll have to get my ratchet. Drain plug is back behind this cross member, right up in the oil pan right there. You're gonna make an absolute mess doing this because the drain plug hole is like 1.5 inches in diameter. So when you pull that plug out, the oil is going to come out like a geyser, whatever you want to call it. So let me get my socket. All right, this is the 36mm. Probably loose enough to get it by hand. Okay. This is where your oil filter cartridge goes, that's it right there. I clean that out with brake cleaner, make sure it's clean. Okay, let's go up top. Like I said, I've already cleaned this up. You're going to get 2 O-rings in the package, that little one there, and a new big one. You're not going to use the little one. It's for a different option. There's the big O-ring is right there. Just you pry it off with a little screwdriver. Small end, big end. Big end goes down, and you see it clicks on there. And then you just screw this back up and snug it. And when I tell you snug it, I mean snug it. Make sure you got oil on your O-ring and your threads. And the reason I say snug it is because when you go to take it back apart, you'll have a hell of a time, and you don't want to screw this thing up. You can get an oil filter wrench that goes over the top of this, 36mm. or 6mm here. I would never recommend 6mm there. There's a drain plug. If you want to drain this thing, pull this plug out. That's what your little O-ring is for. Mine don't leak. I'm not going to mess with it. You pull this out, drain the oil out of the cartridge, so when you spin this off, it doesn't make as big a mess. It's still going to make a mess. All right, then we'll just put it back together. Back under the car. Don't start this with a wrench. Make sure you start it with your hand. You cross thread it, you're going to have to buy a new one. Okay, that's as far as it'll go by hand, and we're just going to snug it down with a wrench. I don't know if I can prop you up anywhere to watch. That's as close as you're going to get to being propped up. That's it. Tight. This oil will drain for a while. Probably a good 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and let the oil drain. The wind is actually making that blurry. See, if I get it out of the wind, there's a fan back there behind the car. Put it in the wind and it gets all freaky. We'll go ahead and let it drain a few minutes. Put the drain plug back in, fill it up with oil, and be done.